So here's the thing. If you learn how to practice thoughtfully for interviews, you're going to quickly pull ahead of all the other candidates who are not practicing effectively, right? And that makes a lot of sense. If you want to have extraordinary results, you need to use extraordinary methods. You can't do what everyone else is doing. And so that's why we're going to dive into how to practice effectively for interviews. But before we do that, let's do a quick comparison to see the impact of someone who practices effectively versus someone who doesn't. Let's imagine that a company is trying to choose between you and a competitor. And for that competitor candidate, let's assume that they're using the standard boil the ocean method. They've tried to practice as many possible questions as they can without diving deep into a single question. What might that person's responses look like within an interview? Well, that person's going to give lots of very canned responses that aren't personalized to the particular company or to the problem or situation at hand. Also, that competitor is not going to be able to think on the fly. They're not going to be able to come up with thoughtful answers because they're so busy trying to remember the answers that they memorized before. And the final nail in the coffin is that for a person who practices just breadth of questions, they're going to have a fixed mindset instead of a growth mindset. What do I mean by that? What I mean is that they're going to try to find the right answer instead of collaborate with the interviewer to dig into an appropriate answer. And so then what happens is when an interviewer is asking for additional follow-up questions, the interviewee is going to feel really defensive. Wait, I have a practice for that question. Wait, I'm not sure what you're asking for. They're going to seem really flustered. And being flustered in an interview demonstrates that you don't yet have the maturity of being able to handle really intense situations as a product manager. So as you can see, whenever people are practicing this fixed mindset of interviews, they're trying to answer as many possible questions as they can when they're practicing. They're not going to do well in the interviews. And so that's why we're here to empower you to succeed in the interview.